Robbie here from AFTV. Now, we got a very, very special show for you today. Of course, we are playing Sheffield United this weekend at the Emirates. Big game for both teams. Chance for Arsenal to really cement us getting off to a great start. And I thought I'd get a special guest on today. I've got special guest here, Matt Fitzpatrick. Welcome along to the show. Matt, who is one of our top golfers in the UK, also ranked number 20 in the world. And he is also a massive Sheffield United fan. Thanks for coming on today, Matt.
No worries. Thanks a lot for having me.
What have you been up to? I mean, obviously the lockdown and everything has affected all sports. We know the effects it's had on football. What's it been like? First of all, what was it like in lockdown? Because, you know, obviously you couldn't go out on the golf course and play.
Yeah.
And then what's it been like coming back with no fans?
Yeah, it's been really weird, to be honest. During lockdown, I was at home in Sheffield. I managed to get a golf net and a golf mat from Amazon. And I just put that in my back garden. Yeah, put that in my back garden and hit balls into that. So it was fine for it was fine for about 2 weeks, and then I got fed up of that, so I was ready to go back on the golf course. But yeah, it was an interesting time, that's for sure. But since golf courses have opened up again, I've been in the States playing tournaments over there, and now I'm back in the UK for a couple of weeks to play some tournaments over here. So,
what's it been like? Because I've seen a couple of obviously they had the Open was the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah, the US Open was. Yeah.
And normally US Open, right? We know golf is a game when the fans keep
absolutely,
things are going on, but US Open, those fans are boisterous. They're up for it.
Absolutely, particularly in New York. Yeah, for sure.
And then it was like seeing it with no fans. I mean, yeah, decent watching it on TV, but playing it must be weird.
Yeah, I think that's been the biggest thing since we came back. We're playing golf back like normal, but the big thing that's missing is the fans, and it's been a real shame because they've missed some good tournaments. But not only that, it's just nice to have that atmosphere really with them, and without them, it's very, very eerie, and there's no real buzz about the tournament, unfortunately. So hopefully, the sooner that they can come back, the better, really.
Does it make you? Because obviously, golf is a sport of high concentration. So the fact that there's nobody get in the hole and all that stuff.
Yeah,
right?
well,
can you concentrate better?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think few people have been. But for me, I'm sure it's a lot like the footballers. I love playing in front of crowds. Really, it sort of just gets you going. Particularly if it's not going great, they sort of G you up a little bit, and likewise if it's going unbelievably well, you just roll with it, and they're on your side. So to not have them has been very, very strange. And I mean, like I say, the sooner that they come back, it'd be much better for the sport, really.
Now, you know what? We're touching on that, and obviously you're a massive Sheffield United fan. First of all, let me actually, before I even get into the question I was going to ask you, how did you become a Sheffield United fan?
Yeah, so my dad, his dad, my dad's seen Sheffield United up and down the country, home and away. We had a season ticket for 25 years. And I mean, I had one from pretty much the moment I was born, really. So it's always been Sheffield United. And for me, I love football. It's great. I much prefer it to golf, which is people always quite find amusing. But I love my golf. But I don't know. There's just nothing like football, really.
So if you had a choice, right? You're ranked number 20 in the world. So, right, I'm trying to think of you. What would you be your equivalent in football?
No, I know.
Ranked number 20. You'd probably be like an Aubameyang.
Yeah, right? I mean, for me, it's a tough one. I think, doing what I do now, I think I would actually choose to be a golfer probably. But I mean, I just love everything about it. I love going to the games, the atmosphere, celebrating when they win. Talking about it when they lose, I don't know. There's just something about football. It just gives you that different feeling. To follow Sheffield United and particularly how they've been doing, it's been different class.
Only thing about football though, you'd have to retire at about 34.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing.
In golf, you're in a prime.
I get a few extra years out of it. Yeah,
many more extra years. How old's Tiger Woods now? He must be. He's
Tiger's like 42, I think. So, but
and still going.
Exactly. So,
now stick to golf, man. Golf's got more longevity in it. But no, listen. As we were touching on, no fans though, right? And I remember last season, right? I went to Sheffield United when we played you.
Yeah,
I remember it was an evening game.
It was, yeah.
And the atmosphere, I don't know if you was at the game, but the atmosphere was electric.
I was actually in Japan. I woke up at 3 a.m. to watch it.
Yeah, it wasn't a great watch for us anyway.
It was brilliant for me, let me tell you.
Trust me, I bet it was. But the atmosphere, right, at Bramall Lane was absolutely electric. I think I have to be real, that was one of the best atmospheres I witnessed last year. Now, do you think the fact that at the moment, because I noticed with Sheffield United, they were doing brilliantly. Then all of a sudden, when they came back after lockdown, I remember you had a chance of getting in top 4, possibly, right? It just all fell apart. I remember we went there, we beat you in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And then it just all fell apart I think you ended up finishing like below us.
Yeah, I think we finished 9th in the end, yeah.
Was that because of the lack of fans, you think?
Yeah, I think it was a bit of both. I think we lost our momentum with the lockdown. When you're winning games and playing well, you kind of just keep going with the flow, and I'm sure the players know that. So to sort of have that break, everyone else, all the other teams can sort of reassess, see where they're going wrong, and work on that. For us, it was we're doing everything right, and we just want to keep going. And I think the break halted us big time. And then, like you say, with the fans. You've been there to Bramall Lane. The atmosphere, for home games is unbelievable. The crowd is brilliant, always so supportive, and that can definitely change games. And I think people are realizing how big a miss crowds are for teams, and us being one of them right now. So, hopefully, sort of we can pick it up and get the season going. Really.
Yeah, I mean, one of the amazing things about last season was your manager, Chris Wilder. I mean, his tactics were different. Just everything about him was different. I remember when he called out the keeper for missing that chance against Liverpool. Yeah. I mean, he's a different type of manager, but the players look like they love him. They really play for him. The fans love him. He's from Sheffield as well, isn't he? He's from Sheffield, right? He is. So tell us about him. How good is he?
He's brilliant, yeah. I mean, come to the club 4 years ago. What he's done in such a short space time is different class. I've been lucky enough to get to know him a little bit personally. Played a little bit of golf with him, and he's just very, very down to earth. Doesn't get ahead of himself. He's a lad from Sheffield. He's managing the team that he grew up supporting and played for. It doesn't really get better than that. The fans love him. He can't ever do any wrong. Some ridiculous statements these last few games of fans saying he needs to go because we've lost 3 games. I mean, they're just deluded. But for what he's done for the club, the way we play, the atmosphere he brings with the team and how they play for him, and and the togetherness of the squad it's amazing. Really, he's done a fantastic job.
Fans saying he should go. Are they mad?
Exactly. Tell me about it.
I mean, to be fair, it's been a poor start, though. I mean,
absolutely, yeah. No,
three defeats, no goals scored. And I see that you've just signed Ryan Brewster from Liverpool. That's a positive signing, but you really got to address that, isn't it? The no goals thing.
Of course. I mean, the thing is, though, you've got to know what it means, don't you? We've not scored in 3, so obviously we're going to score against you now. So that's how it works. But no, I mean, it's been a tough start. First 6 minutes against Wolves weren't great, and then a couple of poor reffing decisions against Aston Villa, and then we just didn't take our chances against Leeds. So. Season's a long one, 3 games out of 38. So hopefully we'll be able to turn it around. The last thing I'm doing is telling everyone we need to change manager. That's the last thing.
No, it's way too early for that. But it is a tough game you guys are facing this weekend. It's Arsenal. All right, we got beaten by Liverpool, but then beat them in the Carabao Cup. So got a bit of again, the confidence is high. A lot of players have been rested since that game. And if Arsenal can win at the weekend, that's 3 wins out of 4, which would be a great start for us. And a lot of confidence breeding around the place at the moment through, again, the manager.
The new manager,
Mikel Arteta, he's changed it. So it is going to be a tough game for you guys, but you have got a decent record against Arsenal. I was reading that the last 4 games, you've only lost 1 of them when you played them. So yeah, so pretty decent record.
That's good. Yeah.
Although we do have a very formidable record at home, so it's going to be. It'll be a tough game. We drew last year when we played you at our place.
No, I think it will be. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, I would say you're probably top 3, if not top 2, most informed teams, I would say, right now. So it's going to be tough. There's no doubt about that. You know, the guys you've got up front, you can punish us easily if you catch us out. So it's going to be a game where we'll probably be backs against the wall and just maybe try to catch you on the break. So hopefully we can pull it off, but, you know, I'd take a point right now.
Who are you fearful of when it comes to Arsenal?
I mean, it's glaringly obvious, isn't it? But I think Willian in particular has come in and he's made a big change to you guys. I saw the stat at after the first game, I think, with all his assists and creativity. And then obviously Aubameyang, he just needs 1 chance and he's going to score. So I think I would say those 2 in particular are standouts, and you never know if we can sort of mark them out of the game and sort of hold on and maybe sneak something late. Then, you know, maybe that's the way it'll go.
Do you ever have any other banter with some of the other golfers, particularly the English ones, obviously, about football?
Yeah, I do a little bit. It's weird. Some of the English golfers, you know, they say that they're football fans, but, you know, they never really go to any games. So it's like, how much of a football fan are you? But no, there's a few that I'll give a bit of abuse for. I mean, if anything, Arsenal fan, it's Piers Morgan that I end up giving some abuse to about Arsenal. So
everybody gives him abuse.
He's a good target. He's a good target.
And you know, like with nowadays golfers, your fitness level. I'm looking at you there. Look how slim you are. There. I mean, your fitness levels and that you have. Is your training regime and that now? It's a completely different thing to golfers back in the day, isn't it? You train like footballers, don't you?
It's very different. It's very different. You know, you're probably spending 4 or 5 times a week in the gym, not necessarily lifting weights all the time, but you know, just trying to stay in shape. I think the amount of traveling we do, a lot of the time, realistically, being in shape, it's mainly for recovery more than anything. You know, it's about being 100% physically and mentally for every round you can play. So if you can get there easily by being in the gym and, you know, doing the right things, and that's a massive help going forward. So it's definitely changed from compared to what it was, where people would play and then go down the pub for 10 pints and play the next day. So it's definitely different.
And it's crazy, isn't it, that you said earlier you'd love to be a footballer. You would have loved to have been a footballer. And like practically every footballer I've met wants to be a golfer.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about
Gareth Bale. Look at him. He's
exactly. I know. He would have preferred a transfer to professional golf, wouldn't he?
But it's not. You know what? I'll tell you what. It's not as easy as it looks.
It's not. No, it's not.
That is one. That is one. The skill level of a golfer is. I mean, how many hours do you have to practice? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing since I was young, so it's not too bad for me. But normally in a week, I'll practice 5 hours a day for 6 days a week, maybe a little bit longer, 6 hours a day, 6 days a week. So, yeah, you got to put in the time, but you know, when you win and play well, it is definitely worth it.
Well, it's working for you, ranked number 20 in the world and on the way up, upward trajectory. You're doing brilliantly.
Thank you.
I've got to ask you now, the game, Sunday, 2 o'clock. I want your prediction.
I think 1-1. I think 1-1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
1-1, like last year.
Yeah.
Well, we got robbed, by the way. We got robbed in that game last year. I remember that. Pepe, we should have had a penalty near the end. Remember that one?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah.
We forget about those ones.
All right, you'll go. I fancy. I was gonna. I've been saying 2-0, but now that you put him, the thing is, also we've got a real habit of teams. They'll be on a run. They haven't scored, or they ain't won a game for 5 games, and we always seem to be the team that changes against. Yeah. But I do think that the Arsenal team at the moment is very confident, playing very well. That was a very morale boosting win over Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. So I think we're going to be flying. And I think maybe Sheffield United might be a bit nervy because it has been a worse start than they would have anticipated. So I'm going to stick with 2-0.
2-0.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
When you come out of lockdown, I hope, because I like, as I said, when I went up there, Sheffield United, brilliant. And I've been there before over the years, and it's always a great place to go.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the kind of old traditional ground. It's right in the city centre.
Definitely, yeah.
And I love it. So, and do you know what? Actually, one of the last games I went to watch was actually at Bramall Lane. Was it at Bramall Lane? Yeah, women's game. I went to watch that.
Oh, right, okay.
It was Arsenal ladies versus. No, that wasn't Bramall Lane. But I went to a women's game at Bramall Lane. That was last season. It was Arsenal played Man City there.
Nice.
So,
good stuff.
Yeah, hopefully, it'll pick up for you guys after this.
Okay. Fair enough.
Listen, I wish you all the best with the golfing. Keep up the good work. You're doing brilliant things. We're going to keep an eye out for you to see how you're getting on, and hopefully for you and for football as well, the fans can come back soon, and we can have that real proper atmosphere that we used to in both sports. Thank you very much, Matt.
Thanks a lot, Val.
No, this isn't a robbery at the end of the video. We are telling you about these brand new masks from ARSSHU in football inspired colours. You can get your team on it. The link is in the description. Get on it right now.